What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about pressure washer tips and unloader valve adjustment on your pressure washer. These are the tips that I have. Most people do not know that they come in different sizes. See, that is a 4.0. These are 6.0. These are 2.5s. I don't know if it'll even focus on that. You can see the number on there, 40025. It's a 2.5 size. And this is a 3.0 turbo nozzle, which has the thing in there that spins. I don't really like it because it leaves like squiggly lines on most things you try to clean with it. I don't really care for them. They're great at getting off dirt, really heavy dirt, but as far as like concrete or stuff, it's not that great. But anyway, so what I'm getting at is these all have different orifice sizes in them, and your pressure washer has a gallon per minute output. This is a 4.0 gallon per minute output, and just so happens at 4,000 or 4,200 psi around there, you should have about a 4.0 size nozzle in order to get the max pressure without the bypass or the unloader valve bypassing pressure. See, this is your pressure adjustment unloader valve, and it is set to max right now, which is 4,200 when it's running. And if you want to reduce the pressure, you can simply, adjust this back and turn it down. What that causes it to do is to bypass the excess pressure inside the pump, and it builds up heat, and it starts spraying water out your thermal relief valve here to cool the pump down, to keep the pump from overheating. So if you have that 2.5 tip in there, it's going to bypass, because that 2.5 tip is made for like a 2.5 gallon per minute pressure washer. So if you use that on this, you're going to get your 4,000 psi pressure, or 600, whatever the unloader valve will let you have, but the excess is going to bypass inside the pump and create heat, and it's going to dump out here, and it's going to overheat your pump over time and wear it out. The same thing is true if you have the 4.0 that comes with the pressure washer, and say you want 1,500 psi, you just adjust your unloader down to 1,500 psi. Well, the excess pressure is going to bypass inside the pump. So the way you set the correct pressure that you want to wash with is with different tip sizes, and I'm going to try to demonstrate that by using the 2.5, the 4.0, and the 6.0, and they make these in different sizes up to, I think, 9.0 or maybe more, but they're in half a size: 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, and on up in half a size increments. But you order the ones that you need and try them out, and each one will change 200 or 300 psi per half a size or something like that. Now you can idle the machine down, which reduces the gallon per minute that the pump puts out, because you're reducing the RPM and you're conserving fuel, and that will also lower your PSI without adjusting your unloader valve. So generally, the reason this is adjustable is you want your unloader valve adjusted about 300 to 500 psi more than your washing pressure. I mean, you can leave it to max, but when you let off your gun, it's just going to build up more pressure than necessary and cause unnecessary wear on your pump. But say if you got that 6.0 tip and your washing pressure is at, say, 1,000 psi, and you want to set your unloader valve at 1,500, so when you let off the trigger, it goes to 1,500. When you're washing, it's at 1,000, and that keeps it from bypassing inside the pump. If you want to wash at 3,500 psi, well, your unloader valve needs to be set to around 4,000, which is going to be about max, and use a 4.0 tip. Now you can idle the machine down to half throttle, and you can wash it, probably 22-ish hundred psi or so, and you can adjust your unloader valve down if you think that's what you want to wash at, just to reduce strain, or you don't have to. You can let it spike at 4,000 when you let off the thing, but it's easier on the pump if you adjust it back down, your unloader back down to about 500 psi above what the tip is. So I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But we're going to put the tip in there. And this is the 2.5 tip, and it's at a little less than half throttle. And I still have the unloader set at max. As you can see, it spikes at 4,200. This is the 4.0 tip. That's about 1,800. Whereas the 2.5 was at 2,800 at the same engine RPM. I'm going to swap to the 6.0 tip at the same RPM. This is full engine speed with the 6.0 tip. The unloader valve is still at max. You can see. This is the 6.0 tip just above idle. You can tell we're about 600 psi, which is great for cleaning fine stuff that's damaging. You get your pressure down like that, and you can adjust your unloader valve. Say you want it when you let off the trigger, instead of building up like that, going to 4,000. You can adjust it down, to say 1,500 now, to be easier on your pump, if that's the way you want to run it at a low speed like that. But the different tip sizes just keep your pump from bypassing your unloader valve, and by reducing the engine RPM, you can do sort of the same thing, but having the different tip sizes gives you more options. And if you really get down to a lower pressure or a max pressure, and at the RPM that the machine likes and under the load conditions. So I hope this helps you guys out. And alright guys, so I hope you guys learned a little bit from this video. I'm not sure how clear I was on some of the points I was making, but basically you can run a slightly smaller size tip than what comes with it. Like those 2.5s I have, that may be a little bit too small. I bought this machine used, and that's what I come up with to get a project done that they had at Lowe's, because it didn't come with any tips. And so I picked those up, and I run the machine at a lower engine speed, around half throttle, which gives you over 3,000 psi even at half throttle. So I used those for a while, and then I picked up the proper ones from Northern Tool, which is the 4.0, and I ordered their 6.0 so I could get down and do some really low pressure stuff. As you can see, you can get down to about 600 psi with a machine just above idle. So it gives you more options, but most people can just reduce the engine speed RPM, and which reduces your gallons per minute, which reduces your pressure with the same size nozzle. And I have to get a new wand for my pressure washer because it leaks. I've taken it apart, and the seat in there, it's got a steel ball, and the seat and the ball is not seating correctly. It's got rusted up in there, and I'm gonna have to buy another one. But anyway, I hope this will help somebody out, and we will see you guys next time.